Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Radio Channel, your favorite spot for mastering English conversation. I am your host, Mark, and I am absolutely delighted to be sitting here with you today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I am Sarah, and I am feeling full of energy for today's lesson.
Sarah, it is wonderful to see that smile on your face this morning. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much for asking, Mark. I had a great cup of coffee this morning, and the sun is shining, so I feel ready to go.
That sounds like the perfect start to the day, and I think our listeners will need that energy. Today, we're discussing a topic that is essential for every single English learner.
Oh, I love essential topics because they are so useful. What is the title of today's episode?
Today's episode is titled How to Talk About Yourself in English.
Wow, that is actually a massive topic when you really think about it. To be honest, even as a native speaker, talking about myself can sometimes feel a little bit scary.
You are completely right, Sarah. Many people feel shy or nervous when all the attention is on them. But do not worry, because we're going to make it simple and stress-free.
I am so glad to hear that, and I know our listeners will appreciate the help. It's the number one thing you have to do when you meet new people.
Before we jump into the lesson, please remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's the best way to support us and ensure you never miss a free lesson.
Yes, please do like and share this video with your friends. It helps our community grow and helps us reach more students around the world.
So, Sarah, let's start with the big question. Why is talking about yourself so important for English learners?
Well, I think the biggest reason is simply for human connection. You cannot make a new friend if you cannot share who you are.
That is absolutely true. Conversation is a two-way street. I would also add that this skill is critical for professional situations, like job interviews.
Oh, absolutely. Imagine walking into an interview and not being able to introduce yourself. I actually had a situation like that once when I was traveling in Italy.
Really? Please tell us a little bit about what happened in Italy.
I met a group of very friendly locals, but I got so nervous I forgot how to say my job title in Italian. I just stood there smiling silently, and it was quite awkward.
That sounds very stressful, but it's a perfect example of why we need to practice. We want our listeners to feel prepared so they never have that awkward silence.
Exactly. We want you to feel confident and proud when you tell your story. Today, we'll break this big topic down into very small, easy steps.
Here's our roadmap for the episode. First, we'll cover the basics like names and origins. Then, we'll talk about personality and hobbies, which is the fun part.
And finally, we'll look at common mistakes that students make. Those tips are going to be very valuable for your fluency.
That sounds like a comprehensive plan. Are you ready to get started with the basics?
I am born ready, Mark. Let's dive into the first section.
Okay, let's pretend we're meeting for the very first time at a networking event. I'll start the role play.
Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Hello there. I don't think we have met before. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Sarah. It's very nice to meet you.
That was perfect. Notice how Sarah used a full sentence. My name is Sarah, rather than just saying Sarah. It sounds much more polite and professional.
Yes, using full sentences helps you sound fluent and confident. Mark, what do you do if you have a difficult name?
That's a great question. If your name is hard to pronounce, you should be ready to spell it or offer a nickname.
Can you demonstrate how to offer a nickname?
Sure, I would say, my name is Maximilian, but you can call me Max. This makes it easier for the other person to remember you.
You can call me is such a useful phrase. Okay, what is the next question people usually ask?
Usually, they want to know about your location. Where are you from, Sarah?
I was born in Ireland, but I currently live in London. Notice that I gave 2 pieces of information there.
I love that structure because it tells a mini story about your life journey. You used born in for the past and live in for the present.
Mark, how would you answer that question?
I would say I'm originally from the United States, specifically Chicago, but I've been here for 5 years.
Listeners, did you hear that phrase, originally from? That's a great way to talk about your hometown.
Now, let's move to the topic of work. This is the third pillar of a basic introduction.
So, Mark, what do you do for a living?
I work as an English teacher and a content creator.
You said, I work as a, followed by the title. Is that better than saying, I am a?
They're both correct, but I work as sounds a little more active. You can also say I work for, and then name the company.
So I could say, I work for the English radio channel. That tells people who my employer is.
Exactly. And if you're a student, you can say I'm currently studying, followed by your major.
What if I don't have a job right now? Is it okay to say that?
Of course, you can say I'm currently between jobs, or I'm looking for new opportunities.
Between jobs sounds very professional and positive. I really like that phrase.
Now that we have the facts, we need to add some flavor. We need to talk about who you are, not just what you do.
I agree. This is where the conversation gets interesting. We should talk about hobbies and passions.
Sarah, apart from teaching English, what are you really passionate about?
Well, I am a huge nature lover. I spend almost all my weekends hiking in the mountains or walking in the forest.
That sounds incredibly relaxing. Do you have a favorite hiking memory that stands out?
I do, actually. Last year, I climbed a very high peak in Scotland, and when we got to the top, it started snowing.
Snowing? But wasn't it during the summer?
Yes, it was July. It was so cold, but the view of the white snow against the green grass was magical.
That sounds like a memory you will keep forever. You use the word magical to describe it, which is a lovely adjective.
What about you, Mark? Are you an outdoorsy person, or do you prefer staying inside?
I'm definitely more of an indoor person. I describe myself as a bit of a bookworm.
Oh, bookworm is a fantastic idiom. Can you explain what that means for our listeners?
A bookworm is someone who loves reading books. I can spend hours just sitting in my armchair reading history or fiction.
That sounds very cozy. Do you have a specific story about your love for reading?
I remember when I was a teenager, I stayed up all night to finish a mystery novel. I was so tired at school the next day, I fell asleep on my desk.
That is hilarious. I think your teacher probably wasn't very happy with you.
No, she was not. But it shows how absorbed I get in my hobbies.
Absorbed is a great word. It means you're completely focused on something and you forget the world around you.
So Sarah is an outdoorsy hiker, and I'm an indoor bookworm. These serve as great labels to help people understand your personality type.
You can also use words like introvert or extrovert. Mark, would you say you are an introvert?
Yes, definitely. I recharge my energy by being alone. What about you?
I am an extrovert. I get my energy from being around large groups of people and talking.
This is great vocabulary for our listeners. Being able to say, I'm an introvert, explains why you might be quiet, and that's okay.
Exactly. It helps manage expectations in a conversation.
We are moving into a very important section now. Let's talk about the mistakes that stop students from sounding natural.
The first mistake is a classic grammar error involving age. Mark, can you show us the wrong way to say it?
The wrong way is, I have 30 years. This is a direct translation from languages like Spanish or French, but it is incorrect in English.
In English, we use the verb to be. You must say, I am 30 years old, or just, I'm 30.
Please remember that one. It is the most common error we hear. Now, let's talk about fun versus funny.
Oh, this is a tricky one. Students often say, I like him because he is fun when they mean funny or vice versa.
Let's define them. Funny means someone makes you laugh, like a comedian. Fun means someone is enjoyable to be around.
So if I tell jokes, I'm funny. If I take you to a great party, I'm fun.
Exactly. You usually want to say, I'm a fun person, meaning you're enjoyable. If you say, I'm funny, you're claiming to be a comedian.
What about cultural mistakes? Is there anything we should avoid talking about when we first meet someone?
Yes, in English-speaking cultures, we generally avoid talking about money or politics in the first conversation. It's considered oversharing.
Oversharing means giving too much personal information too quickly. It can make the other person feel uncomfortable.
Keep it light. Stick to hobbies, travel, food, and work. Don't mention your salary or your medical history.
That is very good advice. Keep the heavy topics for when you know the person better.
Let's look at one final vocabulary mistake. Job versus work.
Job is a countable noun, like I have a new job. Work is usually an uncountable verb or noun representing the activity.
So you cannot say, I have a new work. That is incorrect. You must say, I have a new job, or I have a lot of work to do. Okay, we've covered a huge amount of material today. Let's try to bring it all together in a speed round.
I love speed rounds. What's the plan?
I will describe a specific location, and you have to give me the perfect opening sentence to introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm ready. Give me the first location.
You're at a business conference during the coffee break. You're standing next to a stranger in a suit.
I would smile, offer my hand, and say, "Hello, I don't think we've met. I'm Sarah from the English radio channel."
Perfect. It was formal, polite, and you stated your company immediately. That's great for business.
Now it's your turn, Mark. You're at a friend's barbecue party in the backyard. It's very casual.
I would hold up my drink and say, Hi there, the food smells amazing, right? I'm Mark, by the way.
That was excellent. You commented on the food, the environment, to break the ice, and then added your name casually at the end.
By the way is a great phrase to transition from small talk to an introduction. It feels very smooth.
So, for business, be direct. For parties, start with a comment about the party, then introduce yourself.
Exactly. And remember to use the vocabulary we learned. I'm originally from and I'm passionate about.
And don't forget to ask the other person questions too. Don't just talk about yourself for 10 minutes.
Yes, the best way to be interesting is to be interested. Ask them, and what about you, after you finish your sentence.
Wow, look at the time. We have reached the end of another episode already.
Time flies when you are having fun. I really enjoyed this topic, Mark.
Now, we have a very important mission for our listeners. We want you to practice what you learned right now.
Yes, please go to the comments section below. We want you to write a 3-sentence introduction.
Sentence 1. Tell us your name and where you are originally from. Remember the originally from phrase.
Sentence 2. Tell us what you do, using I work as or I am a.
And sentence 3. Tell us one thing you are passionate about. It could be I am passionate about football or I am a bookworm.
Do not be shy. This is a safe space to practice, and Mark and I love reading your stories.
It truly is the highlight of our week to see where our community is from. We want to get to know you.
If you learned something new today, please hit the like button. It tells YouTube that this is a good lesson.
And make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss our next episode on how to ask questions.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Keep practicing, be brave, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful week.